All right. Hey, I'm Michael. He's Abdul. We're here back with our monthly, not weekly. We're not going to call it weekly anymore until we start doing it that way. BionicWP update. We got a couple things to cover today. I was getting close to our MHP launch, which is causing some tension, I think, and some pressure to occur in the company. But that's great. That's what it's supposed to do. Set a deadline. Hopefully you hit it. So first thing we'll talk about is our first live site on the platform. I actually was able to. The reason I smile about that is just because Abdul's a little bit more obviously technical than I am. So I think he was able to launch a site previously on the platform and then deleted it, where I actually was able to move a site completely from. I think it was on actually Liquid Web.
Yeah.
It was on Liquid Web. And now we moved it to Google GCPC2
Yeah.
on our platform. We smile at that because I always usually mess that up. I actually have it written in my notepad now, so I remember how to say it properly. But now we're on Google's platform, high performance, and it was loading faster even without installing our caching plugins or anything like that. So performance was good. Anything you want to mention on that?
No, I think that it was a big moment. Everyone knew in the team that we'd be doing it that day, and everyone was waiting for it. And once they got the okay, it did okay. There were a few things, but those were kind of expected. We knew okay, this is the first time we are putting a site live, so there might be few user side things that might come up. But I think overall the site went live, the SSL got added, all those main things got added. So I think
we had some fun with it, right?
Yeah.
Giving feedback to the team, going through it. But I think the cool thing is them watching me do it caused, I think you said 6 other tickets to happen, other than the 2 things that I found that were issues, right?
Yeah, and still we are discovering few things because it gave them an opportunity to kind of have a live site they can track kind of a thing, right? So what they kind of once they got it, they kind of went in, and everyone went in and was taking a look to see their particular segments, like the guys on the front end were checking their side, everyone was checking it. So that gave them a few opportunities for improvement that they kind of started working on. So I think that is a good exercise, and I think we'll be doing more of them next week as well, kind of bringing in.
Well, that's exactly what I'm writing down right now. Is actually this weekend. You can record again, or maybe we wait until we roll out on Monday a new version, and I'll test it again. I'll launch maybe 1 or 2 sites again and see how that process goes, and we go from there. So I think that's kind of exciting that the platform worked. It had the site load and it was fast. So all good things that happened there. So we have a new UI for the platform and website in development right now. I think we've talked about it on this. Maybe
I think we have talked. We just gave a brief overview of the platform UI that we were working with the developer. We were working with the UI designer to get the platform, but then we got the website done as well. And now it's in development. There are a few screens, we looked at last week. There'll be more looking at this week. So kind of getting that into development, and I think that was why I kind of make it, because I think that was a good kind of a challenge for the team as well, because that was one thing they hadn't thought about in MHP when they kind of having at the early stages, and then we kind of got it done, and the team were kind of okay, we have to get this done, because what did you kind of expect? Like we go with this UI that kind of a developer focused UI, because right now it's a very no hard feelings with it, but not a good UI. It's good. It's okay for us to use, but definitely not something that we.
I wasn't planning on showing anybody that UI. We'll just say that. This one I have no problem showing. I think to our point in our last video that we said, this UI I think is better than any beta release that you'll see out there. That's why we're calling it MHP instead of releasing the beta a little bit earlier. We waited for the design and to implement it to get the MHP. So that's super cool. That's awesome. So speaking of the MHP, 11 days.
Yeah.
11 days. I think Abdul's heart just skipped a beat when I said
10 now. 10 for me. As I'm in the future.
10 for you, 11 for me. You're right. Because you're 1 day ahead of me.
I'm in the future. Yeah. There's time travel happening right here.
Yes. So good. You're ahead. How does our platform look 11 days from now? Or even just 1 day ahead? But no, exciting news that we have a platform to be launched in 11 days, and it's going to happen. And we're going to see how it's going to go. We're at a little bit of a debate. There's a little bit of debate between Abdul and I. He thinks no problem. I think there's a little bit of a problem, but we'll see. We have all the functionality built in the, we'll just say, not as good looking platform as the nicer looking platform, but it's all built there. It's all working. So now it's just getting that new skin on there to make it, look like what we want it to look like. So 10 days to go. I think we'll see how it goes. We'll let you know on next Friday how we're feeling about the launch that will happen on that Monday. So
Tuesday. Sorry, it'll be on Tuesday.
True.
18th. Yeah, 18th is Tuesday.
18th.
I don't want to lose another day, so that's why I just said that.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
So why have we separated pre-beta, which is MHP, and beta is the next thing we'll talk about, right? So we actually had somebody talk about this on a call we were on recently. Like, you're in beta? No, we're not quite there yet. We're in pretty much alpha. We're calling it a little bit more than alpha. So go ahead and explain why we kind of did it that way.
No, I think I do see a lot of products that go into beta which don't have any, I do understand that the word beta means it's under test kind of a product. It's not for everyone. It's for a certain segment or a certain type of customer. But the reason I also kind of said, okay, we should do, MHP, and then kind of, I discussed it with you, and kind of not doing the MVP, the standard route, and doing it, a little more, because I always feel, kind of we should put out a product that is, usable. That's not, that's not a product that no one can use. And the idea with MHP and the pre-beta is that we bring on a few known people, known customers who we know their use cases.
Yeah.
We know what they need from them, because one of the reasons, because of these guys, we've worked with them. I've kind of personally worked with their sites. I know the type of sites they have. So I completely know the use case of what these people need, right? So once they come in, so the test is very good. I know exactly how they'll use the platform, and kind of the flow. So we can it will give us around 40 days, because the beta goes on 29th of September. So it gives us around 40 days to kind of look at follow them, look at what they're doing, kind of take feedback from them, incorporate that feedback and get better, and then go for beta. Because in beta, the product that we'll have in beta, the idea, it's not completely like a beta product that it doesn't work, because it already would have 40 days of pre-beta testing done, like early adopters, early testers already testing the platform, already sites live on that platform. We will move quite a few of try to move some of our main around 900 sites that we have, move some of them to the platform. So we'll have real life testing done before the beta. So once the beta goes live, it's a very stable product. And then we still want to use the word beta maybe for a couple of months, because we want to tell people that it's an actively developed product. We are not done yet. We are doing a lot of things. There's so much more to come, and so much more features that we'll be rolling out. And the product might change very frequently. You might log in on Monday to find it to use the product. You might log in on Friday and see 3 new things come out, or some bugs that you reported come out. So the beta just as a product kind of gives us more flexibility, and also sets expectations with people. They know, okay, this is in beta.
Yep, exactly. All true things, and I think having that 45-day time frame with our customers on there who trust us and understand that it is a beta. I mean, I don't think we'll move a large number at that point, just because it's got to be stable, right? We got to be able to make sure it's working. But I think there's a handful of people that have expressed interest, and I actually made a note that we need to reach out to those people next week to ask them that they're ready to test this out and see if they want to. So that's that. I think the next thing we want to talk about is some of the awesome features we've built recently. I know one that we haven't necessarily talked about, which I actually really like, and I've used it as a selling point, is the Bionic bot. Right, the Bionic bot. I just keep saying
it's a baby right now. It's a baby right now, and it will get much bigger in the next few months.
He's such a little baby. I just hold him, and I love him so much. He goes out, or she, the bot goes out and looks at websites and manages and sees if the site has slowed down or not, and then alerts us. So while the system's supposed to cache every week or recache, obviously there's issues sometimes, so we get alerted and we go in and fix it. That's one of the features I'm most excited about. How about some other awesome features you think?
And I think like the Bionic bot eventually, like I said, it will be growing and become like have much more features as we go forward. But I think because I think it's very good that like for us performance is such an important thing, and the first feature we gave, we weren't thinking about this, but now that I think about it, the first feature that we gave to our bot was also performance related, right? So that shows how much we think about performance, that like the first feature we thought about for this bot was making sure that our performance, we have a monitor going on and it's monitoring the performance. I think we we kind of we have changed our stack kind of work a lot in the last since the last call that like the last video we recorded. We are still using LXD, we are still using this main stack, but we changed the file systems. We kind of changed the way we store files. We are also looking at some different solutions right now as well for file storage, kind of making it more redundant. But we went with ZFS. We kind of are using ZFS's native snapshots for instant backups and things like that. And also, I think in terms of feature, I think this something that came out of our migrations that you and me kind of worked on is the need for kind of giving people the flexibility of choosing their database. Not a feature that is ready yet, but it's a feature that kind of will be for the beta at least, is kind of giving people the option to kind of launch which type of database they want to go in. And I think server scanning, security features that we are building up, things like that. A plugin started very small, has got a lot of new features into it, and still a very good, like it's a product in of its own. That's what I'm trying to talk with the team, that think of the plugin, the BionicWP plugin, which will be a fully white label. That would be a big thing. That would be a fully white labeled plugin that people could white label when they come on the platform. But the thing is, kind of think of it as a product. So it's like has its own roadmap, it has its own features, because it is a small product in itself that kind of will do a lot of the things that we want websites to do.
Yep, I think that those are all great new features that we're rolling out that we probably didn't even talk about previously at all on the platform. Next is the marketing rollout plan, which while you say it's bare bones, I think it's pretty aggressive. We have something every day that we're putting together. Go ahead.
No, sorry, you can continue.
Yeah, I was just saying, I feel like there's a lot of stuff in the next 40 days that we have to knock out, to the point where like every day I'm asking Abdul, hey, did we get this stuff done? Right? Like tomorrow it's Saturday. Today is Friday, August 7th. We're gonna tomorrow work on, getting some WordPress subs in Reddit and listing those out and being part of those plans or something like to that effect, right? Where today we're supposed to finalize 50 to 100 WordPress hosting agencies, and it is now 4 p.m., 3 a.m. for Abdul. So I don't think
100 are not done, but I think 50 are done.
Okay, great. So I think it's interesting. We'll see how this goes. It's very aggressive. We have things like that every day, nearly every day, I would say. 70% of the days, 80% of the days is out.
Even weekends.
So it's pretty exciting. Even in weekends, exactly. Because right now, it's a push. It's a push right now to the finish. It's running. It's like running that marathon. I know that you understand exactly what this is about, Abdul. Running a marathon, and you get to the last, 4 miles, and you're like, or I'll say half marathon because I've done that. The last 3 miles, it's pretty tough, right? But you got to push through it. You got to get there and get it done, right? So I think that's the marketing plan. I don't know, anything you're excited about in the marketing plan that you're like looking forward to?
I am like, that's, I think, just one thing to say why I said bare bones is because, it's not fancy. It's really good. We really thought out of a lot of things. We made sure that it's task based. So it's a task that can be done in a day as well. We didn't make, kind of tasks that, are long. We said, even for like the one that you mentioned, WordPress, like that could have been, we could just have a task, join groups, but we said, no, that might not be possible in a day. Let's do what's possible in a day, because we have so many other things going on. Bare bones, because, it's not fancy. And I think that's the main message here, right? It doesn't have to be fancy. Like,
simple.
Yeah, it's not like, big marketing plan with a vision, mission, all those stuff. And like, it's just an Excel sheet with all the days and just what we have to do that day, right? Kind of. So it's very bare
Yep.
bones in that kind of a way. But it is like, I think as we'll go through it, I think there's a lot of good things that we'll be doing in that, and a lot of things that will make a difference. And I think when I say I'm excited about, because I think I think this is I've been missing a lot of this stuff as well, because for the last 6 months we have been a very
Yeah.
on growth side, so it's a lot of support and migrations and all that going on, and now finally like we're getting a chance to kind of focus on growth and stuff like that. So I think that's where my kind of that's why even when you ask me, I'm like, okay, this will get done, those things will get done, and they're on my mind, because I make sure that it's open on every day, and I look at it in the morning,
Yep.
that what's on it for this day, and I say, okay, I do keep more of the later hours for that, because unfortunately for the last few days support kind of a team has gotten much better, and like I am getting a lot of like kind of some
Well, and
time.
it makes sense. Your later hours are my hours when I'm here,
Yeah.
so us working together on that makes sense. I think we have probably 40 items in this list. There's that we're going to try to get done before then. We actually met with a product growth specialist and a SaaS growth specialist, I should say. And we're still deciding if we're going to move forward there or not. We did that as well to see if we can, leverage some of the knowledge that he has or that the group understands or has. So, yeah, I think that's a good bi-weekly. I was on vacation the week before, and then on a retreat with the agency, trying to get things. So it's been a little bit. So this time it's definitely been on my head, the reason we didn't get it done. And I almost pushed off today as well, because it's been a long week since 2 weeks since we've been back, trying to knock these things out. But we had to get it done, get it up, get it updated, and get it out there. So anything else you want to wrap up with the Bionic Weekly Update?
No, I think it's just now. I think now is when it all starts getting exciting, because for the past few months it's more have been kind of hasn't been very tangible, at least for on your side as well. But I could see
Yes.
stuff going on. But I also for most of us, it's not been it's been a very under development kind of stuff. It's not tangible. And I think going forward, the next few weeks and the months after that, it's a lot of customers and a lot of things going on. So it's a lot of more tangible, kind of where
Yes.
the rubber meets the road kind of a thing. So a lot of things.
I was just gonna say that. I was gonna say, hey, well, what do you guys say in Pakistan? If I said rubber hits the road, you probably would have said the rubber hits the road.
Yeah.
So now we're on the same page. So
Yeah.
yeah, I think it's an exciting time. I think there's all kinds of sports analogies. It's the ninth inning. It's the fourth quarter. It's all that stuff. That's where we're at. We're right there right now. So you're tired, you're exhausted from pushing, but you got to keep going, right? So we'll keep going. We'll definitely update it next week, because that will be exciting time.
Yeah.
We'll see where we're at. Very excited, and then the week after that will be even more exciting, because the platform will be up,
Yeah.
and we'll be there. So while we probably didn't have, what do we probably have, 15, 20 weeks, but when we first started this, we probably did this about 10 times maybe. So got about half, a little less than half. So the bi-monthly Bionic WP show is what this has become to, the bi-monthly Bionic show. So anyways, we'll see you guys next time. Appreciate it.
You.